I feel like that's the rivalry, you know, the Michigan and Michigan State rivalry. You know, it's not, you're not friendly out there. Those aren't your friends when you're playing out there. So, it's not to be like a hug and kiss type of game.
What were the refs telling you there at that point?
They're just saying you can't talk to the other team, which is fair. I guess. Or talk to the opposing bench, which is fair.
Hunter, you always played with fire, but today something special. Talk about something special you had.
I mean, Saudi was telling us yesterday, you know, you got to bring your alter ego. And, you know, for me, trying to go out there and play with that emotion on my sleeve that I feel like I'm at my best, and just trying to, you know, be, you know, the best me out there.
I feel like, given what happened at the end of the Wisconsin game, like you guys could lose some of your edge and kind of not play with that fire, but do you feel that's happened at all, or you're not worried about stuff like that?
I mean, that's who, you know, Michigan basketball is. That's what, you know, Jawan, you know, that's what a Jawan Howard-led team is. You know, gritty. He always says, you know, toughest, nastiest, hardest working. And so, you know, we try to emulate that each and every day. We go out there on the floor, and for us, you know, trying to play for him.
You seemed especially animated and verbal or whatever. Is it because of the rivalry? Is it anything that was being said from the other side at all?
I mean, yeah, the rivalry is, you know, definitely strong, and everybody knows about it. I'm just trying to, you know, get myself, you know, as motivated as I can, and just trying to have energy that my teammates can feed off of.
Hunter, last time you guys played MSU, you still scored a bunch, but they gave you a really tough time in the paint. What adjustments did you make tonight to have more success?
I was going over it with C. Hunt, Chris Hunt, and you know, just talking about, you know, trying to do different things to get them off guard and not just, you know, like have their feet just planted in the ground. You know, it's hard for anybody to go against that. So just trying to, you know, work for deeper position. That's a big thing that him and Jawan talked about.
Did you feel like you were getting under their skin a little bit? I mean, it seemed like Tom was kind of going to the refs and saying, hey, this guy, I mean, take me through just the emotion of that, and did you feel like you were effective in that way?
Yeah, I did. I remember after the game at Michigan State, Coach Izzo had a lot, you know, to say to me, a lot of good things. After this game, he didn't say anything, so like, he got a little upset, but, you know, I don't know. I don't take it personally.
What kind of things were you saying?
Was I saying?
What kind of, can you repeat any of the things that you were saying to them? It looked like you were saying you're too short.
Nah, man, freshman Hunter would have said, no. Sophomore Hunter's mature. I wasn't.
Did you and Coach Izzo shake hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, you heard his quote. You know, he's gonna shake hands regardless, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's a man of his word.
Hunter, this team has been so up and down all season. Do you feel like finally maybe you guys can get on a roll and play something like that?
Shoot, man, I hope so.
Did you sense at this point in the season that tonight you needed to really amp things up in every sense to really kind of carry this team?
I mean, you know, like it's starting to get close to, you know, not having many opportunities to, you know, kind of amp up and get ready, you know, for the end of the season. And so I'm just trying to get as many or as much momentum as we can is very, very helpful at this time of the year.
Hunter, how did you think Frankie played in the first half when he had to come in for Devontae?
I mean, Frankie was huge, you know, bringing in minutes off the bench. When Devontae had 2 fouls, knowing that, you know, he wouldn't be able to play for the rest of the first half. I mean, you know, I think the stats are a little bit misleading. You know, he might not have had the most. Yeah, I mean, he might have not had like the most padded stats, but his impact was definitely felt out there amongst his teammates and me for sure. He played a great game, and really happy for him the way that he was able to play out there, because, you know, I know he puts in a lot of hard work in practice and, you know, outside of practice, and for him to be able to, you know, affect the game for us in a positive way was huge for us.
And Terrence did show up in the box score. Talk about what he brought to you guys with those threes.
Yeah, no, the 3 threes, you know, were huge for us. You know, anytime, you know, you can open up that defense. They're heavy in their gaps, and so, you know, we know our shooters in the corners, we're going to have some open looks, and T. Will, you know, took advantage of that, made him pay.
It's made of 4 games in 8 days and playing in 2 games in 3 days. Is that overblown a little bit? You guys didn't seem to be too tired out there.
Hey, man, I mean, it definitely is tough. I mean, that's kind of, what it is. Can't really, like change it right now, but it's tough. But, like I said earlier, we pride ourselves on being toughest, nastiest, most competitive team out there. And so, whatever it takes at this point.
Do you take it at all personally when they try to play you one-on-one in post?
I mean, I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I appreciate it, if anything.
Did it surprise you that they continue to go that route?
No, I mean, I think, Coach Izzo has, a lot of faith in his big men. They got, seems like they got like 7 of them. Like they should be swapping them in and out. But, I have confidence in your big men. Juwan has confidence in us and to guard people one-on-one, and so, I respect it.
What have you seen from Caleb the last 3 games? And as a former freshman who started every game, are you seeing a different comfort level for him?
Yeah, I mean, I think people, kind of get, a little ahead of themselves when they see, highly touted freshmen coming in and just think that, it's going to click right away for them. Division I basketball is hard, man. Like, some people make it look, a lot easier than it is, but Division I basketball is hard. And for us, playing in the Big Ten against, great teams and great coaches, they scheme and, try to take away your strengths. And so it's hard out there. But, I think, you're seeing him really be comfortable out there, really making an impact offensively. But, defensively, he's really started coming along and really, grow in the area. I think that's his biggest piece of growth outside of, the shot making, obviously.
Hunter, it was a unique environment with the students gone. It almost felt like Big Ten tournament. A lot of Michigan State fans in the house. Did that help motivate you, or are you indifferent to that type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely see, like the green color in the gym, but I mean, it is like spring break, so you can't really fault people, especially Michigan. A lot of Michigan people want to go to, the warm weather, and I don't blame them. Shit. I mean, it was like 48 degrees here, and I was rolling with the windows down. So, it's. I mean, fans do a good job supporting us. Home, away, neutral. They definitely did a good job out there today. Uplifting us and giving us energy.
Did you guys feel like you came out and played like your NCAA bid was kind of on the line to a certain degree?
Yeah, I mean, we try not to like think about that too much, but I mean, it's like kind of obvious at this point that, it is what it is.
Back to the handshake line at the end of the game on the 29th, what was Tom saying to you? I mean, was he praising you, or?
I don't really know what I did last week, so it's kind of hard. Yeah. Good words. Yeah, no, good words for sure.
And you said no words today, right?
Nah. Sorry.
Were you surprised Frankie didn't get more second half minutes, after a good first half performance?
I mean, I'm not in charge of the substitution, so it's like, I'll be out there clocking everybody's minutes and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. I feel like DJ played really good in the second half. Leaving the floor for us. For him to be able to get on the floor, you have to take somebody off the floor, and sometimes it's hard to take, your senior point guard off the floor. But Frankie was definitely, the way he played in the first half, definitely deserving of that. And so, if Phil wanted to go with Frankie, he could have went with Frankie, but he went with DJ, and I feel like it worked out.
You guys able to FaceTime your coach or anything, Juwan, in the locker room afterwards or anything?
I'll probably text him after this. I mean, I went and saw him today at his house, and it was fun to see him. It's been a while since I saw him, and so it was good to go over there and see him.
What did he have to say?
He gave me some tips and some things, to look for. But we were just kind of talking about how we've been and stuff like that. That's really, what the main reason was to go over there to see him, was just talk about how he's doing. I know he's going a little crazy in the house and stuff like that. Not being able to see his guys, because he loves us so much, and we love him, and so it's hard for him not to be around us.
Did his pep talk have anything to do with the animation and intensity?
No. He's not like a he's not. He doesn't promote it, but he doesn't. not promoted either. Like, he lets me do me out there.
You said you guys aren't necessarily like thinking about, you know, the NCAA tournament, but the reality of what has happened within the, you know, the end of the regular season without your coach, what does a win today do to you guys with what you do have on the line?
I mean, hopefully we can stop putting us in the bubble. Hopefully, you know, we can cement ourselves and not be, you know, as nervous come Selection Sunday. But I mean, we're just taking it one game at a time, just trying to, you know, improve 1% each day and trying to, you know, become better and better. That's really the mindset. Can't wait for big guy to come back.
Was it just you went over there, or any team?
It was me and Jace. You know, like, had to bring his son along. Like, kind of not make it as awkward, but you know, it was fun.
One more question.
Where did you visit them?
At his house.
One more question. If anyone has one. No, all set?